Hey guys, today I'm filming my last update for the Roulette Pan collab, Project Pan. I have met my goal on 4 of the 6 products that I had in this project as of the last update. So let me start off with those, and let me start off with this palette. It took me a while to get the shade into frame without there being any reflection, so let me just get a swatch of the shade. That is the shade I had in this project, and I had this in for 10 uses. I have actually used it 11 times since like putting it in, and that's because this is an eyeshadow that goes well with both blue and green eyeshadows as well as with neutrals. And yeah, it was just a really easy shade to use, and that is my favorite eyeshadow in that palette. And again, that one I had in for the prompt, a product you bought because of YouTube. Then the next product I had rolled into this project last month was for the prompt Neon or Colorful. I had in this JCat eyeshadow palette in Around the Clock. My goal was to use this 10 times, not any specific shade, just the whole palette. I have used it 11 times so far. Basically, I used each shade from this palette at least once. This dark blue I used 3 times just to deepen up the different blue looks. And the 11th time I used it, I actually used it to try out the shade again, because the first time I tried out the shade, it applied really patchy, and it was one of the last shades I used. So I already knew that that was unusual because these other matte eyeshadows performed pretty well. It was just this one that was like patchy. So I used it again after meeting my 10 use goal just to see whether there was a way to make it work. And the second time the look turned out a lot better. It was much less patchy. And like once I added some shimmers and some deeper shades to it, like the look turned out really well. But it's still not my favorite matte blue in my collection. So yeah, the other shades though were nice. This shimmery green and this shimmery blue were kind of more sheer than the other shimmers, but you can build them up and they do look nice. So I don't consider them to be a bad formula, just the like the slightly periwinkle matte blue. But that's not too bad for 14 out of 15 shades to be good and only one shade to be bad. That's I think a good deal, especially for a more affordable eyeshadow palette. Then I had in the Kat Von D lipstick sample for the prompt, a product from a controversial brand. My goal was to use it up, and I used it up. I used it a couple of times as a cream blush. That was very intense, so I had to be careful when applying it. I applied it on top of my foundation, but I then used like a tinted pressed powder to set it down to mute down the color a bit. But I paired it as a blush with when I wore this shade as a lipstick as well. So it went well, like the look looked nice. This is also not a long wearing lipstick formula, so usually I would start off the day by applying this, but then once it wore off, I would reapply with the other more long wearing lipsticks, red lipsticks that are in other projects. So it was easy enough to use it up. I wouldn't purchase a full size of it just because it's not my favorite formula for a red lipstick, but I enjoyed using it nonetheless. Then the last product I met my goal on was this one right here. Now, I only used it as a lip stain once, And this was in for the prompt, a product you haven't used much. The first time I used it as a lip stain, I realized why I haven't used it much. This tastes awful. It tastes like chemicals, and it's not because it has expired. It's just the way it is. Like the first time I applied it as a lip tint, I had flashbacks of the first time I used it and how horrible the experience was, basically. So my goal was to use it 10 times, and I only used it as a lip tint once. The other 9 uses was as a lipstick remover. So for example, when I would wear the red lipstick, when it was time to take it off, I would apply a thick layer of this on top, and this would liquefy the lipstick underneath it, and it would make it easier to wipe off. Kind of like using a lip oil, but instead of an oily consistency, this has a more liquidy, alcohol-y consistency. It doesn't work with liquid lipsticks, but it works well with like bullet lipsticks, even transfer resistant long wear ones. So I was able to use it for that. I can probably get quite a few more uses out of it using it that way, but I am just going to throw it in the trash because frankly I would rather just use a lip oil or a lip balm to take off my lipsticks. This was just like every time I apply it, even if I only have it on my lips for a couple of seconds, it's still a very uncomfortable feeling because of the taste and the smell of it. So yeah, this is going straight in the trash after I'm done filming this video. But it's good to know that it's such a horrible product so that I can just throw it out right away instead of it chilling in one of my drawers for no reason. Then the other 2 products I had in this project as of last update, I didn't meet my goal on. The first one was the MAC foundation I had in for the prompt, a product from a previous project. My goal is to use it 15 times and I have only used it 9 times so far, so 6 more to go. I don't wear foundation very often. I don't even wear coverage products at all very often. Usually I start off my makeup by applying my eyeshadow, and then if I have somewhere to be, or if I really like the eye look, I will then apply concealer and blush and highlighter and stuff like that to finish up the look so that I can go places and I don't look crazy with just eyeshadow on. But usually I just don't bother with foundation, so it's really hard for me to use foundations, and I think 9 uses for this product was honestly great for me. And the last product I had in was for the prompt, a subscription box item, and for that I had this Tula under eye balm. I haven't really used it much since the last update, and I don't really think I'll use it at all like before the finale, because it's actually kind of uncomfortable to use for me right now. It has a very, very intense cooling sensation when you apply it, and that's actually kind of uncomfortable to use in the winter first thing in the morning because it's usually really cold in the morning, and yeah, I don't need this under my eyes. I'll probably keep it in my bathroom, but it's very unlikely that I'll use it before the weather warms up. Now, I am going to roll in 4 new products in place of the 4 I just rolled out. And let me talk about what I'm rolling in first so that I can explain why I'm rolling in so many products and why I'm setting such lofty goals for them. The first prompt I got was 45, and that was from the 45th prompt from the list of 100 prompts, and that is a product that reminds you of your favorite Disney villain. I wasn't sure if they meant the Disney villain you like the most or the Disney villain you hate the most. I decided to go with the Disney villain I hate the most, which is Cruella from 101 Dalmatians, and for that I put in the NARS lip pencil in Cruella. It's a red. I have it swatched out right here. It's a pretty red. It's a nice formula, not my favorite. It is matte, but sometimes it can slip around a little bit. I'm not sure why. Like, it's a silicone kind of matte, rather than something that sets on my lips a little bit, like some of the other newer lipstick pencils that I've tried. So it's not my favorite, but again, the color is really nice. My goal is to use it 10 times. That shouldn't be too hard, hopefully. The next prompt I got was 124, and that is the 24th prompt from the list of 50 prompts, and that the prompt is a product you will always repurchase. For that, I chose the e.l.f. lip tint in Peach Perfect, or Perfect Peach. My goal is to use it 10 times. It's a really nice lip tint, and I love lip tints, and I will always repurchase them. I'm not sure if I'll repurchase this exact one or something else, but I will always repurchase lip tints. Then I got something overrated, and for that I decided to put in this Zit Sticker Pimple Patch. I don't think that they work as well as people claim that they do, and this is from experience. I have tried these before. This is just a single-use one, so I'll only need to get one pimple to use that up. Then I got the prompt, a product from NYX, and for that I decided to roll in the NYX loose banana powder. This is a very light banana powder, that's why I like it. My goal is to try to use it up. I'm not sure how many uses that will take, so I'm not sure if I can meet this goal by the finale or not. We'll see. Now, the reason I'm putting in so many products is because I have decided to film my finale on February 23rd instead of January 23rd. I just think I need the extra month to meet my goal on the foundation and just the other products. So I am going to give myself that extra month. I know everyone else is probably going to be filming their finale on January 23rd, but that's okay. I think it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But that is all for today, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye guys.